Live from the USA, helping you get paid every day. This is the boss of Bitcoin, the Cristo of crypto. It's your boy BK. And if you don't like me, you must not like money. Thank you for joining me, everybody. Today we are doing a live price update on BTC, comparing it to gold, which is most notably the greatest asset of wealth in the history, of our society. Gold has been, valued for thousands of years. And now today we compare it to BTC and look at the opportunity at hand. So if this is your first time tuning in, congratulations, baby. You are now rocking with the best. My name is BK, also known as the Crypto Trader, and I'm the boss of these charts, as you will soon find out. Every day I grace this microphone with my voice is another day you get to profit as a result, and today is no exception. So if you haven't done it already, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe, turn your notifications on. My mission is to help as many people make as much money as possible learning how to trade Bitcoin. So if that interests you, then hit that red button, join the community, come on in. The doors are always open. And speaking of notable educational acumen, I think this video series is, worth mentioning to you guys. It's called The Hidden Secrets of Money, done by Mike Maloney, I want to say. Big gold, big silver guy, but he put together this series about 10, 15 years ago. And it does a really, really good job over a few hours of going and describing the system that we have, and how the different parts of the government and the Federal Reserve and interest rate and, all of these major processes come together to form the economy that we have. So I think if you're gonna, learn about gold, learn about economics, you can watch a few of these videos and have a pretty good idea of what's happening behind the scenes. Now, I will say Mr. Maloney was not big on Bitcoin. A lot of them weren't in the early days. I think he hedged his money on gold and silver. And, when Bitcoin shot up 100, 500, 1,000%, he finally got on the money train. So he's a pro Bitcoin guy. We still working on Peter Schliff. Peter a couple million behind on the crypto market. And the only quarrel I have with these guys, I think they do a great job educating and informing, the community on what they're knowledgeable of. But then you got guys, that have literally like tens of millions of followers. And for whatever reason, self-interest or otherwise, they still haven't advocated for blockchain. I don't understand how you can be, invested and interested in financial technology your entire life and then understand Bitcoin and not advocate for it. Like, this is literally the greatest invention of information as it pertains to economics and financial acumen. But nonetheless, I think this is a great series for anybody starting to learn about crypto and learn about economics. It definitely helped me out, so I'll leave a link in the description for you guys. Now let's go ahead and make this money. We are looking at BTC to the USD. We've done this chart more times than we can account for on this channel. Biggest thing to note is that this chart has been running hot. I think this is the big series we're working on now. As you can see, we're sitting between the flux zone between the 2.2 and the 2.4, and all that means is that when this thing takes off, as long as we are north of, call it 87, 88K, as long as we're north of 88,000, this chart is going to want to continue to go in the direction of that it came, and that's up and to the right. Now I will say this, it kind of looks like this area, if we probably went down to a 343, let's see, how do we want to do that? I don't think we do want to do it. But if you look at like those peaks right there, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it comes down and recovers, right? That's kind of what we're doing on this other side, except it's with bigger waves. You see that? It's like 1, 2. We're working on 3. And normally 4 is where it peaks and then it kind of recovers back into a new comfort zone. You can actually look at a chart that's doing this right now, which is a buy, and I don't want to get detracted. Detracted? And that's ADA. ADA is trying to find, not ADA, I'm sorry, Solana. I just did ADA yesterday. Shout out if you saw this ADA video we did yesterday. That's a great buy, 92 cents on the dollar. But you see it's like 1, 2, and it's crazy how I know these charts, y'all. Like I could just, man, I'm a bad man. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it comes down and gets comfortable, you know, in a spot that the chart is used to, you know, situating around, right? So Solana's doing this. Bitcoin hasn't hit that 4 yet. We're still on the 3, you know, with the big waves. But I think therein lies the opportunity. This is still a buyer's coin. This is still a buyer's market. It's money to be made. Crypto is not dead. It's just getting started. And like I said, that's 1 wave, that's 2 waves. We're on the 3rd wave right now. Normally that's the biggest one. If you're talking about Elliott wave theory, we're jumping into a lot in this video. I want to probably put together and formalize some research on Elliott wave theory. But, you know, this is essentially kind of how waves form and how market psychology agrees with itself over time. We just look at one chart and think, you know, this stands alone, but actually it builds on the understanding that all things are connected, all things coexist, and once you understand, you know, how aspects come together, you can correlate that, and the truths align with other insights. I think when we look at the news, right, this is probably the elephant in the room, you know, that says Bitcoin 100K is probably the floor and not the ceiling. And that's when you got fiduciaries stating that government entities which spent, you know, the last 1,000 years or so using gold as a strategic asset of wealth are now evolving to acquire Bitcoin as well. Make no doubt about it. Gold is still and probably will always be an asset of wealth for governments. But now crypto is coming to the table, right? And when you start to look at some of these charts and you look at charts like, you know, as I told you, Cardano is about 98% down on Bitcoin for the past year, right? Now you have dollars being built up, and this is why I try to teach you guys, I don't really care about Cardano versus dollars. I care about Cardano versus Bitcoin, so A to BTC, because when I can win on this chart, I know I'm winning dollars because Bitcoin is designed to get more dollars. See, this is a much more, I think, optimistic chart to buy into, right? Cardano is down, what? 89% over the past 5 years. So I think that's the buying opportunity because governments are already buying Bitcoin. United States government, we know, has 200K BTC. Hey, shout out to everybody in the chat right now. If you got a chart that you want to see, shout out to your boy. You gave me Bitcoin Cash. I appreciate you. If you have a chart you want to see, or if you want to shout out your city, leave that in the comments. We'll get to you guys in a minute. But as I said, this is the elephant in the room. Governments basically have limitless money. Now keep in mind that's fiat currency. We still live in a society where people measure their time and their value in a piece of paper that has no value. Imagine that. When I tell people, as long as people are still trading their times for dollars, Bitcoin is still cheap. It don't matter if it's 100,000 or 600,000. Like if you still measuring your 401k in dollars and not in Bitcoin, Bitcoin's still cheap. Like it's not the status quo. Once it becomes status quo, it's probably gonna be 2, 3, 4, 5 million. and people go be trading a whole year for 0.1 BTC. That would be a great salary for somebody, 0.1 BTC a year, right? That's the future we're heading into, but we need these big pieces to come together, and I think, the acting president, one of the best actors of all, but that's beyond the point. Did you know Nixon was an actor? Wasn't he an actor? The one that nixed the dollar? Like, they've been acting for a couple decades now. Wait. Like, this guy, I was watching TV. Like, this dude was in the Wild Western film. One of them was, or was it Reagan? I think it was Reagan. My bad. Might have been Reagan in his younger days. There you go. He's still on IMDb. You know what I'm saying? He was the one 88 to 89. Crazy, right? Now they got another actor, paid Hollywood, you know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, he's a businessman as well. And he is in the business of making money. And I think he recognizes crypto as a great revenue for the country he is so fond of, to start making some real deal gains on a global scale. Tariffs are continuing the conversation, devaluing, defacing the dollar, and right here, right? Surging deficit yields the need for alternative assets. Gold and Bitcoin are surging. We've been saying this for 12 months. This is the best possible fundamental backdrop for both gold and Bitcoin. BTC experienced significant gains in 2025. BTC has basically doubled. I want to say up 300% since 2024, which is crazy. I remember when King Bobblehead, that's what I call him, King Bobblehead, when he spoke at the Bitcoin conference in Nashville. I did a video about that. I said, this is pretty big, you guys. Bitcoin is during this conference, they got King Bobblehead over here speaking. Bitcoin was only 60,000. Today is 100 and almost 20,000. Price has doubled, right? Once United States government starts buying BTC and locking it up as a strategic reserve, it'll probably double again within a year of that notable event being publicly documented. I think a lot of entities are buying BTC behind the scenes and not selling it. They're using it as a strategic asset. You have companies like Microsoft, even MicroStrategy. Like, that's their strategy, just buy more Bitcoin. But Microsoft actually presented Bitcoin at their shareholders convention to get permission to buy it. Because when you got that much money, you gotta run it through the channels, right? But they ended up saying no. So it's good they're not buying it now, right? But therein lies the opportunity. I think Bitcoin, when you look at the charts compared to gold, let's jump over. We know what BTC is. I just told you 300% since 2024. Gold, USDT, that's not it. Where is this thing? Let's just go to my money markets. Gold, right? Gold looks pretty good. This is probably the best gold done looked in about 20 years. You know what I'm saying? From 2016, last 10 years, gold is up 200%. That is huge for gold. A lot of dudes pretty happy with that. Look at this run going up from 2021 to, 10 years, 2000 to 2001. That's basically what we're doing again, right? This run right here, we're probably higher than that, I would say. Yeah, we're much higher than that. So gold is a bit elongated at the moment. And it's interesting. It's like, what happened in 2013? I think that's when they just started. Pretty sure this is when they started buying Bitcoin instead, right? But now it's both of them are running high, right? So you almost have like a hyperinflated market to where gold is surging, crypto is surging, real estate is still going up. At some point, something has to go down. But it's hard to bet against Bitcoin, and I would never recommend doing that. And we have procedures in place that help us profit even when Bitcoin's price goes down. It's called the boss method. As long as that white is above that blue, you know what to do. Put your money in and make some, right? But the biggest thing about Bitcoin, and that's a 3-day market, you guys. That means every 3 days, a data point is pulled. Biggest thing about Bitcoin is the whales are buying it up hand over fist right now. If Bitcoin dropped to 72,000, you got about 3 weeks worth of whales that'll still pay top dollar for it. That's hard to overcome. You don't overcome that inside a month. This last little suppression zone we had over here, even for BTC, like that was almost 9 months, right? 9 months BTC capitulated between 60K and 55K, 58K. Wasn't anything happening. In fact, that's when King Bobblehead came on stage in Nashville and advocated for BTC. Now it's sitting north of 120. And they talking about the government buying some. So I think regardless of what actor is in the website, one truth remains evident. Blockchain is here to stay. Blockchain is the future. Blockchain is the most efficient vehicle of information that has ever been bestowed upon society. And Bitcoin is the largest, longest working prototype of such said technology. They're literally indistinguishable. You cannot have blockchain without having Bitcoin. You can't have Bitcoin without having blockchain. And the more one gets used, the more the other gets used as well. Right? Now keep in mind, you will have other, coins, other use cases that are tailored and designed, but Bitcoin is basically digital gold. And in that case, in my opinion, it's better than gold, because we're living in a digital society. So the more taps on a screen somewhere, in my mind, the more blockchain will be utilized, because that's the fastest and the most efficient vehicle to transmit, store, and receive all of that information. So it's a very interesting world, you guys. BTC is great. I say, and this is my thing. People ask me, like, how much Bitcoin should I have compared to gold? I think once you have, say, a year's worth of your salary in crypto, well, then maybe you can start looking for alternative vehicles. There's gold, there's silver, probably start looking at some real estate. You got a couple years saved up, go get you some land somewhere, start your commune, you know what I'm saying? Get a passport. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a crazy world one day. You got gold. What they say you need when it all go out, you need bullets, you need gold, and make sure you got some crypto too, because shoot, somebody go take it. So there you go. Let's do XRP. We got XRP in the chat. This is normally where this video cuts out. So if this is where this video cuts out at, I'm sorry. I'm using a different browser now because I think my Google Chrome was acting ratchet and didn't want to work on a live stream. So hopefully the data still pulled through. It looked like it did. But yeah, you see how it kind of stopped there? That's normally where this video would cut out at. But we still going. So that's great. I mean, XRP, listen, XRP got a lot of fundamental problems. Like, I think it doesn't make any sense from a technical standpoint how this coin is not higher, which makes me think it's a lot happening inside the coin that's intentionally keeping it from going so. So it's basically a gamble at this point. Like, it's only been a few times where the fundamentals actually made sense for XRP. I guess you can look at this one. This is on a 77, you got breakout, breakdown, flatline, and you even got a micro of it. So that's probably the most, I think, positive area of this chart. I would say buy it. If it goes under 2,500, sell it. Once it goes above 2,800, then it should have a pretty good chance of making some money going up to 2,900, right? So that's what you're playing for, 2,900 to do a double top. Then it'll probably break through, get up to 33. But again, it's like, I think the people that own XRP as a utility, I think they're like selling it off the back end to pay for the growth and the expansion of XRP. And that's keeping the price of the utility token down for regular people. If you were waiting on XRP to make you money from 2017, like, this thing has just disappointed you. And I know we got a lot of XRP pumpers in this group. Like when it runs, it runs. It's not bad though. On a daily, it's not bad, but it's more of a gamble because it's no reason. Like when you look at XRP versus Solana, you know, because that's what you're comparing it to basically. You're comparing it to another coin that doesn't have the fundamental issues that it has. That's the trade. It's not, oh, will XRP go up? No, it's in the amount of time you're waiting for it to go up, which in the last case of XRP has been about 5 years. You could have made 1,200% over here. Like, this is what you missed out on. 200% BTC. And it's setting up again. So if it was my money, I would probably put it in a coin that I knew didn't have the issues. Like, even with the SEC, like, they might sue them again. You never know. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of issues happening with XRP. You know, but a lot of people like it. I think it's a gamble. Probably some other coins that are much better and will make money a lot faster than this one does. Can't really measure it in dollars because a lot of that is just basically BTC growth. But yeah, if you're gonna buy it, I say put a stop loss at, what's the market price right now? Yeah, put a stop loss at like 25. You do have this happening, so this does look good. You got this 77 coming above the 231, 231. It's gonna dip like that, come like that. 7 should pop above that. It's not a bad chart. But I think they got issues that have kept it suppressed over the past, 5 years. And so this is what concerns me, is not necessarily this part of the chart, because that part of the chart looks good. What concerns me is that part of the chart. And that was legal ramifications with the SEC. Now, once it breaks out of that chart, once it breaks out of that part, which I think it might be trying to do, well, then it's free and clear. And it's running. But it's no telling when that'll happen. Because look, it tapped it right here. It's like every year it tries to do something. Right? You got 1, 2, 3, 4. And now we still sitting right in that zone. 5, 6. Like that's a long time to be waiting to make some money. So, it's a lot happening with that coin. I think XRP is, it's a gamble. It's a gamble, and to be honest, I don't like to gamble anymore. You know what I'm saying? I went through that phase. I like to bet on the sure horses. So I don't have any XRP. If you want to know the honest God truth, I don't have any XRP. I got my money in other coins that I think are set up much faster to make some money without all the speculation, without all the hype, without the haters and the naysayers. I don't care about people's emotions. I got me some does. I tell you that right now. I got me some does. What's good? So that's coming, right? DOGE, right? This is one of the best setups in the market right now. Don't even look bad on a dollar, do it. Right? I got me some of this one. And got me some Solana. And after yesterday's video, I'm going to pick up some ADA. Next time I get a little bit of money, bam! Pick me up some Cardano. Like, these are like any coin I'm telling you guys, like I've already done the due diligence, is like, run with me. You know what I'm saying? ADA looks good. Dogecoin looks good. XRP is a gamble. Like, put it this way. If I had 100,000 in the market, I'd throw 1,000 on XRP. Run it. 1%, no problem. Right? But if I only got like less than 10 G's in the market, like, nah, we need this to make as much as we can immediately. I ain't got no time to gamble. Right? And also, I think that runs the same with gold and silver. I was saying, if you got like 100 G's, if you got 100 G's in crypto, you probably want to have like 5 G's, in gold and silver. That way you're diversifying. Also, people buy, exotic artwork, autograph, memorabilia, stuff like that. Like, once you get, like I said, more than 1 year of your salary in the market, then you want to start looking at diversifying. Until then, you better hustle, learn the boss method, swing trade. You know, and that's what I teach people. I think it's an amazing time to learn how to make money. It's a lot of things happening behind the scenes, a lot of meetings being held, a lot of hands being shook, a lot of checks being signed, you know, and this money is moving, right? And so that's what I look forward to, is making as much as I can. I think this is still the early season. That's why I'm doing these videos more often. I'm going to try to get on here every single day to get the good word out to the people. In addition to that, if you found value in this video, I most certainly do appreciate each and every one of you. I'm trying to provide you with the resources that were provided to me, and that includes this Facebook group. #1 Facebook group in the world. Hashtag one Bitcoin, #1 Bitcoin group in the world. I got a link in the description for you guys if you want to learn how to trade, need some help. We got people from all over the world in that group. I've been in that group almost 10 years now, and helped a lot of people make a lot of money. So there you go, everybody. Thank you for joining. But yeah, it's like a waiting game with XRP. It's like you buy it and you hope, and then, you know, if it hits, bam, you up 30-40%, no problem. But in that time, it's like, what did you pay for? What did you trade that time for? So if you got time to wait, then it's gonna hit eventually. I'm not saying it's not, but in the mean in between, it's a lot better coins to get set up. Like, it's hard to go wrong with this coin right here. Like, even that little hit, even that little dip, you know, this thing just, even that, where we at? Even that little dip right there is 100%. You know what I'm saying? 125%. It was just there a year ago. Like, XRP ain't done that in 5 years. So it's interesting. So there you go, everybody. Thank you for your time. With that being said, everybody, it's that time of the day. Signing out, boss. Boy BK, no matter where you stay, Brazil to Bay, California, all the way back out through Germany. Good night, good morning, and good day. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for your time. Hit that thumbs up button for a player one time. Do that for me if you appreciate mine. And shout out to A702 in Summerlin. Have a great day, man. We'll see you guys later. Till we meet again. Stay cryptic, y'all. Peace.
Like a boss.
Huh?